Welcome back, different kind of video today.
Yes.
It's a battle jacket tutorial, so we're going to be showing you how to make your own patches.
Yep.
Going to show you how to take patches like this, which have got loads of like black dead space on it, cut them out so that you just retain the part of the design you want, and then you put it on your vest and it fills in the gaps perfectly. Jack's got loads on his jacket, like jungle rot here.
Yeah, got embalmer down the side here, just to name a couple.
But yeah, so it's like that would have been part of a whole patch.
Yeah.
You've cut out and retained just the logo.
Yeah, the original patch probably would have taken up sort of about that space. It was massive, tiny little logo in it, a lot of dead space.
So there's a few different ways of doing this, of cutting out the patches.
Yeah.
Where did you hear about it?
I learned it off a guy called Blasphemy Made Patches, and that's his Instagram handle. He learned it off someone else, and I can never remember that person's name.
So it's been passed on.
It's been passed on by a few people.
And in a nutshell, how do you do it? We're going to show you, but...
Yeah, I'll show you in detail, but essentially, candle, so you've got a flame and a needle. Heat up the needle, and you would trace it around the logo. It takes a while, but it gets the job done. I think it's a good way of getting, if you want to get through all these little nooks and crannies, especially with death metal logos, it's a good way of getting a very precise cut. And then it also, at the same time, stops the patch from fraying.
Yeah, because
it sort
it's
of
so
seals
hot.
the edges.
Exactly.
It just takes a while.
Yeah, but we're going to show you the process today. But in a nutshell, you need a candle, a lighter, a needle, and a patch.
Yeah.
So if you've got those things,
you're good to go.
let's give it a go. I'll add, you don't need to have a skull-shaped candle.
You do not.
Like Jack.
It's just quite cool.
But that is pretty cool. Yeah, so let's get started. So my technique is ever so slightly different. Jack likes to use the needle to cut out the entire patch, whereas I think it saves time to use a pair of scissors to cut out the general shape and then use the needle more as a, I don't know what you'd call it, more as a sealing.
Yeah, more of a sealing process or neatening up process.
And then melts the thread so it doesn't fray. So yeah, we're going to do two different versions. Jack's going to do his and I'm going to do mine. And then, yeah, we're going to put them on the vest and show you what it looks like.
Yeah.
So that camera is quite far away, so Jack has got another one here, so you'll be able to see closer up what I'm doing. So I'm not worried about having the twisted existence down the bottom. So what I'm going to do is cut out this general shape with a pair of scissors to start. So I've just run the scissors around the patch so that there's less of it to cut out with the needle, because the needle only stays hot for like a few seconds. So it's better, in my opinion, to do it like this. So I've cut out the patch roughly to the shape that I want to use so that it saves me time with the hot needle because it only stays hot for a few seconds and then you've got to reheat it. But yeah, that's why I cut it out first. Jack, you don't like to do that?
I don't know what it is, I just prefer using the needle and just getting right up to like the border on the logo specifically. Like there's a slight black line, you'll see it in a close-up picture. I like getting right up to it so I can use it to fill these awkward, tiny little gaps. That's the main reason I do this.
Okay, so what's the first step for you?
So the first step for me, obviously, lighting the candle.
Nice.
Nice, there we go. And then you just have to hold the needle. My hand's going to be so shaky. I usually hold it for sort of like 20 to 30 seconds. This is why it takes me such a long time. But you can start to see the needle glowing. I'll take that out, decide a spot, poke it in, and just sort of drag it along.
But that's...
It takes quite a while. That's the main thing.
How far have you gotten with that first?
I've done a couple of millimeters.
So you've seen how Jack's hasn't got any like frayed edges because he hasn't cut it out. With mine, there are edges like this. You can see where it's fraying on the corners. So what I do is I do the same thing, get the needle, hold it right in the flame. When you go like that, it melts all of that frayed material. So now that's solid, you know. None of the fabric is going to come out of there. That just shows you kind of how it works, but to get it a lot closer, do the same thing. You heat it back up, and then I want to go quite a bit closer, so I'm going to go right in like that. That's as long as you get. That amount of time is how much you get for heating it up, but you can see how much closer I am to the actual design. And then you're just going to keep doing this all the way around the patch.
It does go to, the longer you keep the needle in the flame, the more you will be able to
Cut out.
cut out essentially, yeah. I mean, it is just a game of patience.
Yeah. But they do look really good.
It's sort of like you see when people, you'll see it on like TikTok or Reels, people that paint their own patches, you know, they make their own. It's just another way of customizing it, making it a little bit more entertaining.
And I can't paint.
You know, yeah, exactly.
I can't paint or
so.
draw. But what I can do is cut out other people's designs.
Yep.
But yeah, I think they look really good. So Jack's gonna crack on with his, and I'll show you some close-up videos of how he's doing it. In history, I'd be surprised if there was anybody else who have sat and done this together. But you know, there's nothing wrong with it. Yes, this is a This is a Thursday morning, and I can't think of a better way to spend my time.
I could be at work, but no, I'd rather sit here in my mate's living room cutting out patches.
Hey, if this is what you do in your free time, you're not alone.
Yeah, see, if you've ever thought I'm a bit of a weirdo, don't worry, we're all weirdos.
But if you've ever done a cut-out patch, let us know which one you did it for, like what band, what patch in the comments, because I might then buy that patch and do a cut-out if you've thought of something that's really good.
That's a good idea.
To be fair, I'm running out of space to hold the design, so I do think that going in with the needle from the start rather than scissors is probably the way to go.
Well, completely finished now. There we go.
Let's have a close-up look at that. That is cool. What does it say?
Scattered Remnants.
Scattered Remnants.
Little brutal death metal band from Minneapolis. One of those.
I'll show you on the main camera as well. Jack's going to find a spot for this on the death metal jacket just to show you where these kind of patches work really well.
Yeah.
And God, he's done it so neatly. Because Jack's finished, I'm going to try his needle.
And it should help. It should feel like you've got a little bit more grip. Makes it just a little bit easier though.
Yeah, it does. It's a lot easier to hold. Cool. So we've got our cutout patches here.
Yep.
Look pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know how long that took us. This camera's been on for 45 minutes.
Bloody hell.
So yeah, it's not quick work, but we're going to find some places now to put them on our jackets, and then we're going to stick them on there.
While Louis was finishing off his cutout, I found a perfect spot for mine. So it's going to be just up here in this sort of little divoty bit. See, this is what I mean by stupid, annoying little spots that you normally, in a normal situation, you can't really do anything with.
Most people would say that's a pretty full jacket, to be fair.
No, it's not. There's space. So just right next to the Ashen Tomb and the Christian patch, the cutout, it's not going to be neat looking until I pin it on exactly how I want it to go, but that will be living there.
Very cool. We've now sewn them on the jackets, and you can see my one, well, nearly finished.
Yeah.
Up here, the Umberia one. I think it looks really good. Like you were saying with the scythe coming
Yeah, it just
across.
flows alongside it nicely. Also with the acid bath as well.
Yeah, so very happy with that. Jack, how's yours turned out?
Mine's turned out perfectly. I think that's
humble.
No, I'm really happy with that spot. I think the pop of red there, the red and the white, it just
it looks really good.
It just stands out nicely, and it filled an irritating gap. So
yeah, that is how you make a cut-out patch.
Yeah,
you'll be left with something like this, and then if you have something else in the design, you can do the same thing and then get another cutout. So if you give it a go, let us know what patch you do it on in the comments, and yeah, hope you enjoyed the video.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.